Many takes on this. How did I know? Good question. Awesome trivia question. Magic Johnson went to Michigan State my senior year of high school. I followed recruiting religiously. Um, Prior to going into college, he was nicknamed Irvin Magic Johnson. I know this because we had a call-in show here called the Jimmy Kilgo Show, and people would call in and talk about various players, primarily who was going to be going to the ACC school since his coverage was out of Charlotte. But we'd get other stuff from around the country, especially Indiana. But this guy calls in and talks about how this kid could dribble the length of the court and he's going to play center at Michigan State. And, have no idea who that guy was, by the way, and probably was not the guy who named him. But when Magic went to college, he already had that name. We knew that name. We knew he had it. And I'm positive I remember hearing about it on the Jimmy Kilgo show. Um, Jack Ramsey, the head basketball coach at Portland, could have given the name because they were conference rivals, but Magic already had the name before he went to college, well before he went to the NBA. John Wooden, 12 year span, he wins 10 national championships. NC State busted that up in 73, beat the Bruins in the semifinals, by the way. But the next year, in 74, they win it, he retires. Um, he's out of the game of college basketball before Magic Johnson is a recruiting phenomenon. And in the 70s, you didn't have YouTube, you didn't have all this other stuff. So word of mouth is how things traveled, and pictures, photographs, very little video. Uh, we didn't see video. So anyway, um, Jack Stabley, the guy that's on the list, never heard of him. Nope. Now I know who he is. Had no idea. Chihern, I'm a Lakers fan. I went to LA to the Forum 3 times to see them play in the 80s while I was out on business. And I love the Lakers. And I know that Hearn was the play by play guy. So he wasn't doing anything with Magic prior. Couldn't have given him the name. Most likely didn't. I mean, those guys are all very low probability. This guy I never heard of. I mean, it's like the other guys get ruled out. It's got to be him. So that's how I knew. And it was him. I did research and see. He was a sports writer in Lansing. So, yeah, that's where he got his name. His mom didn't like the name. His mom thought it was blasphemous to use Magic. She wanted him to go by Junior. Irving Jr. Just doesn't have that ring that Magic Johnson's got, does it? Awesome question.